And I made the announcement a few months ago, maybe 2 months ago, that National Health Insurance will work towards providing dialysis treatment for our citizens. And so the good news is that today, 3rd of June, dialysis treatment for everybody under 18, everybody over 60 is free in Ghana under National Health Insurance. Everybody under 18, everybody over 60. And then those in between is going to be subsidized because we want to make sure we can afford it in the budget and all of that. But for anybody under 18, everybody under over 60, from today, dialysis system treatment under.
That was the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana on the 3rd of June, about 2 weeks ago, when he made that big promise. Helen, there's a statement that's coming from the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital. Quickly run us through.
Surely. All right, it's dated the 14th of June 2024. Press release, temporal suspension of hemodialysis services at the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital. This is to respectfully inform our cherished clients and the general public of the temporal suspension of hemodialysis services at the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital. This has become necessary due to some quality issues experienced last week in the course of our regular operations. We understand the critical need for this service within our catchment area and the challenges this suspension poses to our clients and the general public, and therefore sincerely regret this suspension of services. However, the suspension is necessary to safeguard the continuous quality of care and to protect the lives of our clients. Management has already started corrective measures necessary to ensure a quick resumption of service, possibly before the close of next week. Thank you. This is signed Fred Nyaka, Public Relations Officer, and this is to the general public and all media houses.
Great. Now, Thomas Khan is our Central Regional Correspondent. He's also a patient who goes for regular renal dialysis treatment at the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital. He joins us on the phone line. Thomas, good morning. Thank you for your time.
Hi, good morning, Johnny.
How did you, first of all, as a patient and also as correspondent for Media General in the Central Region, receive this news of the closure temporarily of the renal dialysis unit of the CCT?
Well, Johnny, this news came to us as a blow. I remember when it happened, when the news formally came to patients, the closure or the temporary suspension happened on Monday. I was supposed to go the next day, which was on Tuesday, last week Tuesday. So that was when I received a call from the unit that I should hold on tomorrow. I should hold on. They would call me. So I became more alarmed, and then I tried to find out more. And that is when I gathered that there was an issue with the dialysis whole thing, that we couldn't go because of quality issues, like the release said. That was when I also came to the realization that I think days before, that was Friday, when I went for my session, I had some kind of reaction on the machine. So that was when I realized that, okay, so that was why I reacted like that. So when this news came, it became more frightening that, hey, already we are complaining about the cost of dialysis.
Right.
And then this one also just comes in to compound our problems. So it really came to us as a big blow. And all of us since then have been very worried about the whole thing. And again, on one breath, it was also for the good of us, because if they continued, maybe it was going to be more disastrous. So it came with some kind of mixed feeling.
Okay, let me invite Mr. Fred Nyanka into the conversation now. Mr. Nyanka, good morning. Thank you very much indeed for your time. You are PRO of the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital. First, why did it become necessary when you said that quality issues? Can you explain to us exactly what the quality issues are?
Good morning, Johnny. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir.
So what we are saying now is that specifically, I cannot pinpoint where the challenge is coming from. However, somewhere last week we realized that most of our clients, or some of our clients, were reacting to the services being rendered to, and so we needed to do some investigations to know what was really the cause. Initially, we were suspecting water supply, and so the water source was changed and a few other things. But after those changes, we realized that they were still reacting. So now management decided to do a thorough investigations to know exactly where the challenge is coming from. Some of these investigations require some external reports, which we are hoping to receive either today or tomorrow. Then we'll get to know exactly where the challenge is, and we tackle it from there.
In the meantime, your patients, what are they to do?
So yes, I know that this unfortunate situation will kind of add more stress to them in terms of their pulse and then their movement. However, we are pleading with them that they should make use of the two nearby ones. I'm referring to the Fian Kwanta and then the one at Winneba. I know it will add more stress to their transportation costs. It will add more stress to their length of travel. But we are pleading with them that it is just for a very short while. It is better. Let me not say it is better. I feel that it is good they go through that little stress than we put them in a higher danger.
Now, how long are they supposed to wait?
I may not be able to say immediately, but it will not be that long. I'm just hopeful that the results will be available either today or tomorrow. Once we get the results and we know where the challenge is or where the challenge is coming from, quickly we will tackle it. Now, engineers and then workers at the place have also taken opportunity to just change the face of the unit, which they are doing that round the clock. And so I believe that when everything is solved and they come back, they are going to see a different dialysis unit.
So this problem is not a money problem, as some have said?
Not at all. It has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with money. And like I said, I wish immediately we know where the challenge is coming from, we would have solved it. But then we are hoping that as the results are coming in, it will tell us exactly where the challenge is, and then we handle it from there.
I see. Thomas, step in for me. You will have to make use of Efian Kwanta or the facility at Winneba. Talk to me.
Yes.
How does that sound to you?
Yeah, Johnny, for now, that is the only option we have as patients, because our lives also matter. So you can't risk your life and then force the hospital authority to open the place for you to have dialysis. And like everything is happening, it comes at a very huge cost to some of us. And then, unfortunately, apart from going to Efian Kwanta, most of our people are even going to a private facility at Shama instead, because Efian Kwanta, we are told, has only one machine and they already have their patients. So it means that everybody is now resorting to a private facility. There's no one of us going to any public hospital. And then, unfortunately, again, for dialysis, especially those with peculiar conditions, there are some people who have the kidney problem, but again, they also have other diseases that they cannot use the regular dialysis machines. It was sad, one of our co-patients went to Winneba to go and have the dialysis there, but he was turned away because of some other diseases that he has, which may be infectious. So the facility at Winneba didn't have that that machine that could treat those with infectious diseases. So that tells you how important the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital is to us, because they have some machines that could treat people with other infections. And for such patients, they have to travel to Accra to go and look for a facility that can contain such patients.
Ms. Ayanka, tell me the state of affairs. How many dialysis machines do you have at the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital?
3FM. So currently we have 5 that are working, and we are hoping that anytime soon there will be some more additions.
These 5, are they enough?
I cannot say they are enough, looking at the number of people that we are taking care of.
Right.
Looking at the number of hours you have to spend on a machine per session. If you had more, it would have been more effective. However, we are managing with the little resources to achieve maximum results. So for now, that is what we have, and that's what we are managing with.
Ms. Ayanka, thank you very much indeed for your time.
Thank you, Johnny.
We're grateful. Thomas, you have the final word. What do you share with us from the perspective of a patient?
Yes, I think that, Johnny, I think that as a nation, we need to look at our health system very carefully, and we need to take it serious, because always we've been calling for government to remove the taxes on the consumables used for dialysis. I'm sure if the taxes were removed, dialysis would be more affordable, and we would have maybe more centers, even if not in all the districts. We would have other private facilities also providing such services. But because of the high cost in everything, look at what is happening now. If we had other centers, I'm sure we would have moved, just go there nearby. We would have gone there for dialysis. But here is the case, because of what has happened, people have to travel long distances to get the services. So I think that we still plead with government and then corporate Ghana to also come to the aid of the health facilities in procuring some of this equipment, and then to help them to provide some of these services, because you never can tell. Kidney disease is such that anybody can be a victim.
That's right.
So we need to have a robust system that will check some of these things. But again, we still plead with government. If the taxes are removed, we think that dialysis or renal care will be more affordable and not that expensive. Johnny, let me tell you one story. Yesterday, when I went to Winnipeg, unfortunately, one of the patients who came there to have her dialysis, she was also from Cape Coast. She got all the way to Winnipeg, and then they had to run some labs for her before they put her on the machine. They ran the labs and they realized that her blood was level was low.
Low, right.
So they couldn't put her on the machine. And unfortunately for her blood type, they didn't have some other facility. They tried to look elsewhere around the facilities in Winnipeg. And then all we could hear was that the facilities, the lab technicians or those working at the lab are on strike, so she couldn't get blood. Very, very unfortunate. Very, very sad situation. So these are the little things that we always plead to government, that our health system, we need to really take it serious.
The NHIS taking care of renal dialysis costs, you would qualify for a subsidy, I can imagine. How is it going in the central region? Did it start, and how is it working out?
Yes, the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital started, and unfortunately, just when it started, this problem also erupted. But when it comes to the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, 0 to 18, we don't even have one. But we have 16 and above. At least, per my check, about 14 or 15 of them. And just when they enjoyed, I think, one session, this problem also came. So they are also really looking up and praying for the hospital to resolve the issue so that they can start operation for them to enjoy the free dialysis policy.
I see. Thomas Khan, thank you very much indeed. Thomas Khan is a correspondent, is also a dialysis patient. Joining us on the other phone line now is Kojo Bafo Ahinkra, is the president of the Renal Patients Association. Kojo, thank you very much for your time. Good morning.
Good morning.
We're learning with pain and some surprise that the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital Renal Dialysis unit has been shut down temporarily. I'm told investigations are underway. How are your members in that part of the country coping?
Very, 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 very bad. And that, the most unfortunate thing is that they don't have these private facilities in Cape Coast. So now they have to travel to either Takwado or Finkwanta. Even Takwado and Finkwanta is the same place. Or they come all the way to Accra. Or they have only one private facility at Winneba. And then travel. These are private facilities. The charges are very high. I'm very, very, very worried about this situation. I'm trying to get Cape Coast, the authorities, to find out whatever it is to know exactly what we can do. But I'm not getting any proper confirmation from them. I'm very, very, very worried. I should have traveled to Cape Coast yesterday, but one or two things I was not able to go to the place.
Right.
This is very serious. They need to do something about it.
Let's talk about the state of renal dialysis across the country in terms of the quality of service being provided, etc. How are things?
I'm not to say anything bad, not bad, but these are machines and anything can happen at any time. But the point is, sometimes, for Kolibu, for instance, the quality A1, I'll give it to Kolibu. With the kind of machines that we are using, A1, I'll give it to them. Cape Coast, they are doing their best. The machines, they need to get an upgraded version of the machines that are in town. Kumasi is also doing well. That of Kwanta, they need another upgrade of the machine. But like we said, in terms of quality, it's not that bad. But for Kolibu, I'll give it to Kolibu.
And cost. They recently announced free and subsidized support for persons with your condition. Of course, you are not beyond 60, so you will be supported. You will not get a free package. How are you people taking it, knowing that some persons have been, literally taking off, meanwhile you're all going through the same challenge?
Once again, let me say this very quickly. I was part of the committee that sat on this issue, and we did all that we needed to do. I also, if I could have gotten the 8-hour sessions, it could have been very beneficial to me. But the point was that the money that given was not enough. We were giving 2 million Ghana cedis, and looking at it, it was not going to do anything. So we look at the most vulnerable ones, and the most vulnerable ones among us were these children. Normally, when they come, because they don't get regular sessions, they die.
Right.
They die. They die. I mean, because they are supposed to do maybe two sessions a day or 3 sessions a week. They can't get it, so we lose them. And then the aged, they are, pensioners. Nothing is coming. If you don't get proper children to take care of them, or look at all those things and realize that the 2 million can suit them more better than we. So after that, we push the national health insurance to the wall, and they also give us 2.4. That is what came to us, that we are getting the 2 sessions. Because, like I said, we in that middle gap, we are many. We are the people who the numbers are very high.
Right.
But like they also say they cannot do much. That's all they can cough out. And so when we look at the numbers, the only thing we could have done for them to give us the two sessions. It's not bad.
Right.
It's not bad. We could have loved to get more.
Great.
But at least we appreciate what they've done. I mean, getting 2 out of the 8 a month is something very small. But please, what can you say? Someone that help you small, you take it in good faith, and then we, like Oliver said, we ask for more.
Kojo Bafo Ahinkra is the president of Renal Patients Association, speaking to us here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. We're grateful for your time, sir.
Thank you.
And we're going straight now into Womenpreneur. This morning, Dorcas Osei-Boachi, CEO of Dossie's Underwear, is going to be here. Dossie's Underwear. Underwear.
We're super excited for this one because Dorcas was at the baby fair. And for a lot of our vendors, they had top tips on what to look out for you budding womenpreneurs as you go for these fairs. How do you make your business the most attractive to stand out? We're talking
Dossie's
about that.
Underwear. We'll see
About
you.
that next.
Let me say a happy birthday. A big happy birthday to one of our